You're still working on it, aren't you? That big project, the one that's going to change everything. You've been polishing it for, what, 6 months, a year? You're tweaking the code. You're redesigning the logo for the 10th time. You're rewriting the first chapter. You're waiting for one more feature. You're waiting for it to be perfect. Let me tell you what perfect is. Perfectionism is the most elegant, respectable form of fear I've ever seen. It's a disease. It's a high-class excuse for not shipping. You're not polishing. You're hiding. You're hiding because you're terrified. You're terrified that the world might see what you've made and tell you it's not good enough. You're terrified they might criticize it, or worse, ignore it. So you stay in your lab, in your garage, in your notebook. You stay where it's safe. You tell yourself it's not ready, it needs more work. And you spend your days polishing a cannonball that you never ever intend to fire. You are confusing activity with achievement. You think that because you are busy, you are making progress. You are not. You are treading water, and you are wasting the most valuable currency you have, time. Real artists, real innovators, real A players, they don't polish, they ship. They understand that the world doesn't care about your brilliant ideas, your detailed plans, or your late night epiphanies. The universe doesn't pay for ideas, it pays for finished work. It pays for impact. And you cannot make an impact if your work is still sitting on your hard drive. The truth is, the moment you ship, you open yourself up to judgment. And that's the entire point. That judgment, that feedback, that criticism, that data from the real world is the single most valuable asset you have. It's worth more than a year of your polishing. You have to be willing to be wrong. You have to be willing to look foolish. You have to be willing to put your creation on the line and let the world take a swing at it. Most people aren't. And that's why most people will live and die without ever putting a dent in the universe. They'll die with their perfect project still sitting in a draft folder. The question is, will you? Real artists ship. There's a difference between a dreamer and a doer. The dreamer has 1,000 brilliant ideas. The doer has one finished one. When I look back at my life, at everything we built, the milestones weren't the ideas. They were the shipping dates. The Apple I, the Apple II, the Macintosh, the iPod, the iPhone, the App Store. These weren't just products. They were events. They were moments when we took a revolutionary idea, put it in a box, and handed it to the world. We had a saying at Apple, real artists ship. It was a mantra. It was our religion. It meant that your job wasn't to work on something. Your job was to finish it. It meant that A players were not the ones with the best ideas, but the ones who got the best ideas out the door. The B players, the C players, they're the ones who are always working on something. They're the ones who get stuck in the polishing phase. They get lost in the details. They'll spend a month arguing about the shade of blue for a button, all while the revolutionary part of the product is collecting dust. They are obsessed with the 10% while ignoring the 90%. Here's the thing, an idea is a multiplier of execution. A great idea with zero execution is worthless. A mediocre idea with brilliant execution can change the world. But a revolutionary idea, even with imperfect execution, can start a revolution. And that's the secret. You don't wait for perfection. You ship the revolution. You ship the core. You ship the magic. You get your vision into the hands of real people in the real world. Because the feedback you get from one customer, from one real user, is worth 1,000 hours of debate in a conference room. The market is the most honest, brutal, and beautiful feedback mechanism ever invented. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care how hard you worked. It only cares about one thing. Does this make my life better? And it will tell you instantly. Most people are terrified of this. They'd rather live in the fantasy that their product is perfect than face the reality that it's flawed. But the flaws are where the growth is. The flaws are the map to your next version. You're not supposed to get it right the first time. Who told you that? You're supposed to get it out there. You're supposed to get it wrong. You're supposed to get punched in the face by reality, learn from it, and come back with a better right hook. That is the process. It's not a single event, it is a loop. A relentless, iterative, loop, but the loop can't start until you shipping the revolution. Not the manual. Let me tell you a story. When we were getting ready to launch the first iPhone in 2007, it was complicated. The vision was huge. We were trying to put 3 revolutionary products into one small device: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communicator. The vision was to put the internet in your pocket, to change telephony forever. But here's what people forget. That first iPhone, it was imperfect. By today's standards, it was a toy. It had no app store. None. The whole idea of a third-party app ecosystem didn't exist yet. It had no copy and paste. Think about that. A computer that couldn't copy text. It didn't have 3G. We launched a revolutionary internet device in a world that was already moving to 3G, and we launched it with a 2G radio. It was slow. The critics, oh, they had a field day. They made lists. They laughed. They said it was a toy. They said it was a walled garden. They said no business user would ever use it. And you know what? They were right about all the missing features, but they were dead wrong about everything that mattered. We didn't ship a perfect product. We shipped a revolutionary experience. We nailed the core. We nailed the multi-touch interface. It was magic. It worked like nothing anyone had ever seen before. Scrolling was fluid, pinch to zoom. It blew people's minds. We shipped the vision. We shipped the core promise, and we did it with a quality of experience that was insanely great. Did we know it was missing copy-paste? Of course we knew. Did we know we needed an app store? We were already thinking about it. But we knew that if we waited to get everything perfect, we would never ship. Someone else would. The window of opportunity would close. So we shipped, and the moment we shipped, the feedback loop started. We learned, we listened, and we got back to work. A year later, we launched the iPhone 3G, and what did it have? 3G. And something else. The App Store. And that changed everything all over again. That is the difference. The perfectionists would still be in the lab trying to get copy-paste to work. They'd be holding meetings about the App Store's revenue model. They would have missed it. They would have missed the entire revolution. We chose to ship. We chose to iterate. We chose to lead. If you believe in shipping revolutions, not polishing relics, if you believe that done is the engine of more, then you are in the right place. This channel isn't for the polishers, it's for the shippers. It's for the crazy ones who are actually going to do it. If that's you, then show it. Subscribe to this channel. Join the people who are done talking and ready to build. The relentless iteration engine. So, how do you do it? How do you stop being a perfectionist and start being a shipper? It's a framework. It's 3 steps. And it's not easy, but it's simple. Step 1, launch early. Ship the magic, not the manual. This is the hardest part. You have to take your grand, beautiful, complex vision, and you have to take a knife to it. You have to cut it down to its core. You must ask yourself, what is the one thing this has to do? What is the magic? What is the minimum revolutionary product? Not the minimum viable product. Viable is a terrible word. It's boring. It means it works. Who cares? You're looking for the minimum magical product. For the first iPod, it wasn't about having 1,000 features. It was about one thing. 1,000 songs in your pocket. That was it. We obsessed over the scroll wheel. We obsessed over the sync with iTunes. We got that one experience to be insanely great. We didn't add a radio. We didn't add a voice recorder. We shipped the magic. You have to find your magic. What is the one thing that when a user experiences it, they feel the future? Find that. Build only that. And ship it. Step 2, learn fast. Welcome the bruises. The moment you ship, the clock starts. The real R&D begins. Your product is now in the wild, and the world is a brutal, honest, beautiful mirror. It will instantly show you all your flaws. Your customers will become your R&D team, and they are the best R&D team in the world. They're not on your payroll. They're not worried about your feelings. They will tell you exactly what is wrong. And you have to listen. This is where the ego dies. The people who get precious about their bad ideas, they lose. They argue with the market. They say the users just don't get it. No, you don't get it. The market is always right. So you listen, you collect the data, you read the support emails, you watch the user sessions, you welcome the one-star reviews, you welcome the bruises. Because every bruise, every piece of criticism is a gift. It is a precise, high-resolution map telling you exactly what to build next. Step 3, refine relentlessly. This is where my obsession with perfection comes in. It's not about being perfect before you launch. It's about the relentless pursuit of perfection after you launch. This is where you take that map of feedback and you go back to the lab and you grind. You don't just fix bugs, you refine, you polish, you make it better and faster and simpler. This is the loop: launch, learn, refine. This is how we went from the iPhone 1 to the 3G to the 4 to the 5. Each one was a relentless refinement of the last. This is how the iPod evolved. This is how the Mac evolved. This is not a fire and forget business. This is a craft. You are an artist, and your work is never truly finished. You just get to a new, better version. The perfectionists who are still polishing version 1, you're already on version 3, you're lapping them. While they're still building their cannonball, you've already fired yours, seen where it landed, adjusted your aim, and fired 2 more. Who's gonna win? It's not even a question. The 30-day Ship Fast Challenge. So, here's the plan for you. I'm tired of the talk, I wanna see the work, I'm giving you a challenge. A 30-day Ship Fast Challenge, that project you've been polishing, the one you've been hiding, your 90-day vision, you've got 30 days. Here's the plan. For the next week, 7 days, your only job is to define the minimum magical product. Take your big idea and cut 90% of it. Find the one feature that delivers the magic. The one thing that makes a user say, wow, write it down, be brutal. For the next 2 weeks, 14 days, your job is to build it, and only it. Work day and night. Sleep in the garage if you have to. You are not allowed to add any other features. You are only allowed to build and polish that one magical core. For the last week, 7 days, your job is to ship it. I don't care if you ship it to 10 people. I don't care if it's your mom, your best friend, and 8 people you found on the internet. You must get it out of your hands and into the hands of real users. That's it. 30 days. Is it going to be perfect? No, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be embarrassing. You're going to hate it. Good. Because you will have done the one thing that 99% of dreamers never do. You will have shipped. You will have broken the fear. You will have started the feedback loop. You will have proven to yourself that you are not a polisher. You are a shipper. You are a person who finishes. And once you get a taste of that, you will never be able to go back to just working on things again. You will be addicted to the act of creation. You will be addicted to making a dent. Your time is limited. I've thought about death every day of my adult life. When I was 17, I read a quote, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right." It made an impression on me. And for 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. Your reputation, your pride, your perfect project. It all falls away in the face of death. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. Your time is limited. Stop wasting it polishing something that nobody has ever seen. Stop wasting it in meetings, talking about the work instead of doing the work. Stop wasting it in fear. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. And the only way to know if you love it, the only way to find out if it's great, is to put it out into the world. Shipping is how you find out if your vision matters. Shipping is how you find your people. Shipping is how you start the conversation. So I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? An invitation? This is it. The journey doesn't end here, it begins. If you are one of the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, if you are committed to thinking differently and shipping your dent in the universe, then subscribe. Press the like button. Join the movement. Your work is not to be perfect. Your work is to be done. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Now go and ship something.